Hey guys, Angelo here again. Today we're going to be looking at a case from Enermax, the Thorex. This case is very budget friendly if you have really low budget. This is the U2 model, which means it's only got USB 2.0 on there. It fits ATX, micro ATX. Okay, so let's go ahead and unbox the case. Foam wise, you have your hard foam on there. It did survive the UPS delivery. There you go, hard foam. Nothing fancy on there. Okay, so there, those are screws that fell off there. Couple of screws. Alright, so if you look at the side, two 120mm fans that you have on there. There is a little bit of a bulge on actually both panels, both side panels, the left and the right on there. Looking at the back, you have your 120mm fan, 6 expansion base slots, bottom mounted PSU, one 120mm fan on the top, again with that bulge on there. Let's go ahead and take out the side panels first here. Now they came with regular screws, not thumb screws, but they actually have thumb screws inside, so if you're using it you can actually switch to that. Inside of the case, as you can see here, is all black powder coated finish. Now the side panel, they are made of really good material, no flex whatsoever on there, so really good. Now on the back, there's really not much cable management area on there, not even a half an inch. There's your CPU cutout, which is fairly big. Okay, going to the front of the case, you have your power and reset switch on each side, LED indicator switches, mic and headphone, and your USB 2.0. You have two 5 1/4 bass. You have your Enermax logo, your Thorex logos on the top on there. You have your pretty aggressive mesh grill on there. Will provide you with nice airflow, not too restrictive from the front, but as always you have the drive cages that's going to be blocking you there. Now I did notice something. Two ports for, well, basically holes that you can use for water cooling. This case is not really for water cooling, but who knows, may take it as a challenge and put some tubes on there. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at the inside. You see your 120mm fan on the back. On the bottom, you have your power supply mount. If you have it facing down, you have a filter on there. Not as fancy as a Corsair or Fractal design when you're pulling out the filter, but it's still good. Basically, you just put it there and forget it. You can put some hot glue on it just to make sure it doesn't come out. So you have your 3.5 bass in there. You have spaces for your 2.5 SSDs. And you have your regular USB, HD audio, switches, LEDs, all that standard stuff that you'll find in a case. Pretty good length, I would say. Okay, so popping off the front, you can see how you'll install the 120mm fan. You have a couple of options on there. You can do 2, or you can actually switch it to the middle depending on how you have your drive cage installed. Let's go ahead and pop them back in. There's one thing I actually noticed. you can actually install one SSD, and on the bottom of the case there is a place on there where you can actually screw it in. Alright, now to the accessory pack here. There is a hole that I found on here, that's why those screws were loose. Okay, so you have your multi-language guide on there. And you have Velcro straps. On this budget case, Velcro straps is good. And if you're old school like me, you'll definitely appreciate this bio speaker right here. Boopity boop, R2D2 style. So you have your thumb screws, and you have a whole lot of other screws on there. One thing I forgot to mention was the standoffs are actually installed on this case. So Enermax, thank you for doing that. So there you go. We have the Thorex from Enermax. Now I'll have more information on the description below. Now if you have any questions for me regarding this case or the build that I'm going to be using this in, leave me a comment down below. Like the video if you like it, dislike the video if you dislike it. Watch out for more videos. Thank you very much. See you later, folks.